Hi, this is CM Laboo. I am semi-regular here on Reddit, and we now have a week and a half left before the end of Record Keeper in Global. I've got 60 tickets and over 800 mithril, so it's time to make some polls. What content am I attempting to clear? Nothing in particular, but we do what we're going to do. So, stamina is not maxed, which is completely pointless at this point, but we are going to start with the daily common relic draw. 10 entire relics, full of disappointment possibilities. So, here's our first appearance of Dr. Mog. He has got me a 6-star. To get things started off, we'll skip straight to that. And it's some kind of knife. Let's see, we have Vaughn's Arcane Overstrike, which is something that I've got decent Vaughn. It's not too bad. We're going to move on to the Elemental and Realm Relic draws. I've not done a 15 pull on these since the last refresh, so I'm going to start by doing one of those. So go in here and use Mithril to draw relics on Final Fantasy 1 to get things started. I've got 3 relics this time. We've got here. That's probably a wall knife. That can do just about anybody's sword. And that might be a master thing, it might just be a random glove. Okay. It is a random garland glove for a relic I already have. Legend materia, the knife was in fact walls, also legend material. And my new relic is a Warrior of Light Ultra, which is probably not going to accomplish a whole lot. So we'll go on to Final Fantasy II. Also known as Maria Destroys the World, even in her weakest soul breaks. I've got 2 relics here, along with this nice spiky pull. And our first appearance of 7-star Dr. Mog. Got somebody's clothes. Very nice. And a glove. Looks like it might be for Joseph. Or it might just be randomly spiky. It was indeed Joseph Sink. That's my 3rd BDL for him, so that could be good. An LMR for Scott is not going to accomplish nearly as much. Moving on to Final Fantasy III, which is, for me, Onion Knight and a bunch of others. It's been like that since his first Soul Break, which served me well a million years ago. Only got 1 relic here, but it looks like that is also going to be a 7-star. Very nice sword. Our 7-star sword is a dyad for Ingus. I do have a BDL for Ingus, so that could be useful if I had any Final Fantasy III content left. I'll try Final Fantasy IV now. Another 15 mithril goes in. This 4 is probably the game I've played the most, and used to have a screen name based on Cecil. It only gave me 1 6-star relic. Looks like something probably for Sid, who I have nothing for. And now I have an Awakening for. Oops, not ready for Elemental. Final Fantasy V. Maybe I will get the last 37 Barks relics that I'm missing. Has for me this time. Just 1 5-star. It could still be a missing Bart's relic. But That is remarkably unimpressive. Duplicate, the buff Legend Materia is going to be absolutely nothing for me. Final Fantasy VI, my favorite, huge cast, so pretty high variance possible on this draw. We've got one disco ball here. And we're upgrading that, so what super awesome Final Fantasy VI thing do I have here? It's Locke's vest that I've already got one of. So I get a slight increase in the entry damage of Locke's sink. Oops. Got to create rainbow crystals for that. So let's take a moment to check out to make some more rainbow crystals. Before I did this, I vaulted pretty much everything that I owned except for weapons. I don't have a single accessory except for the ones that are specific to hero artifacts out right now. I figured it'll be easy enough to pull my white armored echoes back out of the vault. I've also vaulted all my artifact armor. So I had about 200 empty slots in inventory. We're not going to upgrade everything right now because the first thing we need to do is make another 90 pulls. So we're moving on to Final Fantasy VII. The first time I posted it on the Reddit, it was to complain about Cloud's USB 1 and how awful it was and I didn't want it. This may have been the dumbest thing I've ever said on the internet. And as punishment, I get only one relic out of this pull. And it is some pants that looks like it could be for any of the random soldiers. And it is, in fact, Sephiroth's pants. A very nice USB, except for the fact I already have it. 8. I kind of want to just chill with this background music, but I also don't want to spend 5 hours making this video, so we'll get on with pulling. Got 2 relics this time. Both of the disco variety. One of the disco variety and one super shiny. Very purple Squall Sword. And a very hammery hammer. Go back to the machine gun. We have a Limit Break Overstrike for Raijin. Not going to accomplish much. And a Awakening for Squalls. Slightly better. Now number 9. For a long time, I had Garnet's Glint Plus as my roaming warrior, because I wanted to show off that I bought a dress record. It's now Nibelung Valesti. A single relic from this realm is a flute for Aiko. I think I've got this one already. I do have this one already. It's Aiko's Awakening. Aiko's Awakening ranks up, which is not helpful. Moving on to Final Fantasy the 10th, which he's always tedious to me solely because I've done retail and played the demo of this many times before they changed Titus in the official release. I'm pretty sure I've seen that arm guard before. And I don't think I've seen that shield before. So let's take a look. I have seen that shield before. It's Titus's Limit Break Glint and Wakka's Burst. I'm not going to get much out of that. 11. I've never played 11. It's got Shantoto in it. And I pretty much know nothing about it other than it has Shantoto in it. Shantoto probably thinks that's enough. Got myself 2 relics from this, a 5 and a 7. It's kind of unimpressive looking knife. It's kind of an unimpressive looking stick, but it's not a 7-star, so it can't be that bad. Shantoto's Limit Break Overstrike probably does a lot of damage, because they all do. And somebody's Legend Materia, don't even care. Let's go on to 12. The game where everybody is more interesting than the main character. So it's 3 here. Bow for Fran, which obviously I've already got that awakening. And a knife with cute little tassels, which I already have that awakening. So 5 stars, the only thing that might be new. Oh, nope, it's not. Something for Vaughn to wear in his head, probably. Moving on to 13. I know half of you, if you've made it this far, will shut it off if I share my opinion of Final Fantasy 13, so I will just say it's a game, and it's going to give me some relics related to that game now. Oh, a whole bunch of them. We got 5 out of 11 here. I've got at least 1 7-star. Yep, so 2 5s, 2 6s, and a 7. That's obviously a lightning sword. Someone's hat might also be lightning. I'm pretty sure that goes to Snow. That might be Larsa. Nope, that's Hope. That's Hope's Awakening getting slightly better, but only slightly. So, it's quantity, not quality. I got Lightning's Limit Break Overstrike, Snow, USB, and a Lightning Burst. Really getting a lot of Limit Break stuff here. Hoping to maybe see a Limit Break Guardian Force at some point. I haven't gotten one of those yet. I know they're not great for actually playing the game, but it'd be fun to play around with one. So, but here we are in 14. Getting some more disco balls upgraded. Hey, look, it's a maxed rank sync for Ysayle. That's always disappointing to find out. I get a Humanphilia Super, which is, or Ultra, which is, Ultra, I guess. The last fest, I got 3 copies of Rem's Sync from free tickets, which I already had, of course, chosen that from a Sync Select long ago, so eventually I got to the point where I wasn't even getting the upgrades to the entry damage for getting extra copies of the Sync. Got 2 upgrades here. So, they're boring. Go away, 5-star. That's definitely a gun. And someone's clothes. All the people's clothes look the same except Luna Freya. That's definitely not her. So what I've got here is Aranea's Dyad and a Sync for Prompto, along with Legend Materia for Prompto. I guess the game wants me to use Prompto. Tactics. Is there any 7-stars in the pool for Tactics? I think there must be at this point, but it's been so long since Tactics got updated. Who knows what the heck is going on with that run, other than nothing anymore. And immediately getting a relic from it here, which seems to be some sort of carved shark tooth. It's LMR Plus for Delita. Lets him do Spellblade and Night stuff. Yay. Type 0. The chances of getting something for a useful character are so low because everybody's in the game, and Kurosame would be if we went a little longer, but as it is, there's only like 15 people for me to give this one relic to. And It's a very sparkly shield. My very sparkly shield is a Glint Plus for 9. And finishing off this second with Record Keeper itself. Nice small pool for this one, so hopefully I'll get something interesting here. We'll see. Well, 5 out of 10 again. Or 5 out of 11, rather. Can we get 2 upgraded this time? Nope, it's, again, 2 5s, 2 6s, 2 7s. I recognize that hat. That's probably a sword for Biggs. Yeah, I probably have that book already. I have most of them. Probably have that book already. I have most of them. A 7-star. Probably a sword for Biggs. So let's click through and see what we've got. Yep, that is a big sink and a big glint. And we've also got, clicked that before that, but indeed I had dupes of the other 3 relics from that pull, including both the 6-star books. So we're done with the realms. Moving on to the elemental relic draws. So let's start with tops again, go for fire to begin with. Fire. Magic is what I've been using to brute force all the Transcendent. So, probably don't need a lot from this one. I mean, I don't need a lot from anything, because I might delete the game as soon as this is over. We'll see. In the meantime, I have a Bright Red Shield, which gives Onion Knight yet another Arcane Overstrike in an element I don't use him for. Go for ice. Maybe I can upgrade that Sail Sink even more with one of these 2 disco balls. Sail upgrade still on the table. Nope, that's a gun. On Laguna stuff? No, boring Laguna stuff. It's a duplicate dyad. And also a duplicate Celeste thing. Celeste is my waifu, but I'm completely out of things for her that will be useful. Because, you know, like, I bought 4 pulls for them all already. So, she's not complete, but she's pretty close. Over here in Lind. That feels like it might be a cloud sword. That is not a cloud sword. I think I've got that one already too. Yep. Yeah, leveling up an Arcane Overstrike is not the most interesting thing that could happen. And, yep. No, not cloud sword. Zack sword. Either way, not something that's helping me because I already had one. Let's do some earth now. Got 2 things from the earth bowl. 5 and 7. I swear I can get excited about things. I just haven't seen anything to be excited about. Although, someone wants to wear that outfit. That's fine with me. Especially with the hat. The hat makes the outfit. Got a Go-Go 6 Sing. I have nothing for him. And, oh yeah, that's Maria's outfit. I will not look at Maria funny. She will destroy the planet. And maybe the planet behind the planet. Let's see what Lightning... A banner headlined by Lightning has to offer. It has nothing to offer. Yep, that's definitely a bracelet. Let's move on from this as quickly as possible. No one cares about your LMR Queen. Doing some water now. Some water. 20 minutes in. Thank you for sticking with me that far. Especially when I forget to tap. I see that with Maya's random saw blade. Yeah, Freya's dress. And some swords. Was it Maki? Maki, that's Onion Knight, who has 2 random katanas to use for his physical awakening. I'm holy now. So which random knife will I go swords for? That's pretty much the entire holy pool, right? Maybe D, but I think 10 is going to be well represented in this pull. No, Rydia wears that. Yeah, that's a unit LMR, but Rydia gets a G+ for restoring summoning ability uses. I can almost imagine a use case for that. And finishing off the 15 mithril section, we're going for dark. After this, we're gonna burn through a bunch of mithril with 50 pulls. So let's see what 3 things we get from this first. Oh, that's very pretty. It loves my dark. That's gonna be something project. I think that's Soul Calibur, which means Caius, and I had that one already. So, yay, Kefka getting his dyad better. More poison damage, maybe. So that was a Sync for Diesel, and Limit Break Overstrike project as expected. Alright, we're getting out of the ticket section. Going to Realm. I'm going to spend 3 tickets on Arcea Earth. 150 mithril on Arceala, because why not? Get that wardrobe record. And we'll be doing single pulls on a bunch of other banners before completely offloading a ton of tickets as quickly as I can. So that's a good start. 3 relics. I think there's a Limit Break Guardian Force in this pool, so maybe I'll finally pick one up here. If it is, it's that last one. Again, I don't really know anything about this realm, although that's definitely an Arceala relic, because I recognize that from the hero equipment. So, get some motes. So, that's a obviously all new since my first time through. Afmo, getting some shields, and Arceala getting an awakening and a dual awakening. That's pretty good, but not good enough. I can do better. Let's throw another 50 mithril at this banner. I need Arceala to have long hair. Maybe I'll get a good set. For relics, probably not. Got 2 more coming here. That's 7 stars. That's at least new. That is not new. Slightly better dyad. And some animal lenses, which I don't need. I think I've got 9,000 left, and plus, almost 5 million greens. If I want more. But there we have a dual awakening for Afmao, so this realm is shaping out nicely for all the things I don't need to do. Technically haven't sub-30'd the Dragon King, so I've probably improved my score on it, especially gives me 3 more relics. So they're all 6 stars, so another knife, the clothes from earlier, and a different knife, a couple knives. What can I do with a couple knives other than pick myself up Arceala 2, the Arceala-ing. So I get an Awakening for Lion and a Glint Plus for Lion. So, not super exciting. Next one on the list is the Focused Relic Draw. I've written down I want Zidane Biggs. Yep, Zidane Biggs. Here we go. Dee-dee-dee-dee. So, let's see what Zidane and Biggs have for me. They have one relic. It's a gun. That's probably not Zidane or Biggs. It's an Awakening for Irvine. That's pretty terrible. Okay, next up we're going to do the Wall and Sarah focused relic draw. Then we're going to head for Record's End. At least I'll stop getting 1 of 11s when I move over there. There's 3 things. Let's see if I like any of them. Not really. So, oh, White Mage stuff. Not White Mage stuff. Got Sting, got things. Another Awakening for Orin, as well as a Wall, Glint Plus, and a Legend Materia for Sarah, who can double cast Water because she does Ice so well. Okay, we're headed into Record's End. We're going to do each of these one time. So many notices that I click. So here goes. 1 through 6. Like 2 guaranteed relics. We'll upgrade one of them. That's more onion. Is that even more onion? Some wind onion to go with my generic onion. So, going on to 7 to 12. Already got Awoken Finishing Touch. These banners are pretty terrible for me. I've like half dupes on them, but what am I supposed to save my Mithril for at this point? Got that hat. Yep. Sure, I got that sword. No, I don't have that sword. I definitely don't have that sword yet. So I got a couple of fancy swords. I think they both go to Tidus. Yep. Another Awakening and a Dual Awakening for Tidus. And then 13 and higher. So we're going to be down to 16 Mithril. After this, we're going to finish this off with a Cult of 3 pull. Let's see what we want to do that on later, but we got 3 relics this time. Comes Dr. Mog to upgrade just one of them. Yep, I had that book. Sword and a hammer. Sword doesn't tell me much. Hammer also doesn't tell me much. That's for Noctis. That's a Fire Dual Awakening, so if I actually try to clear some 15 content, it should be good. I've also got an Awakening for Ramza, so that's good. We're almost out of Mithril. So now we're headed back to the Land of Tickets. Land of Tickets. We're going to be spending mostly on Elemental because the content that I mostly need to clear is Elemental Labs. If I actually do anything else. The one that I need the most help with is Earth Giant Sandworm. So we're going to start by pulling on wind with tickets. Probably going to make 5 or 10 pulls here before we move on to the other elements. I think probably fire next. I said that I don't need fire, but obviously Shiva is a jerk, so I might want some fire for that. Fujin Duplicate Ultra, crud. I usually play with the sound off. I don't know all the weird sounds Dr. Mog makes, but I'm enjoying my little clips of different music. Final Fantasy. Life, Beach Rhythm, Final Bar Line. It's awesome. Hey, I recognize that shield. You came up earlier today. So that's at least one dupe from this. Yep, and there's another one. Who's the lucky winner? Vaughn is the lucky winner of that dupe, so... let's send Dr. Mog into yet another windfall. The ever-disappointing one guaranteed relic. And a spear, so that's probably something for Fang. It is indeed an ultra for Fang. That's going to accomplish a whole lot of nothing for me. Keep pouring tickets into wind. Eventually something's got to pay off, right? Of course not. It's RNG. It might give me a 5-star just to remind me that it could get worse than 1 out of 11. It could give me a 5-star that's also for Fang. We've got palette swaps. Who loves palette swaps? I've got your palette swaps. You complained about Fang's 6-star. We'll give you Fang's 5-star. We'll throw in a Dorgan Arcane Overstrike for as part of the deal. You don't have anything else for him higher than a burst. It's not going to do you any good. There we go. 5th ticket going into wind here. Maybe this will be better. Maybe it'll be worse because I made fun of Dr. Mog. Well, it's at least a 7-star. Has a chance of being interesting. There we go. Spear here. Lots of people that can belong to. And it is Estinian. He's from 14. I did play 14. Played it for about a day before I realized that as good as 14 might be, I'm not an MMO person and didn't want to deal with it. That was also during the time where they having problems having enough servers for everybody, so it's probably just as well for everybody that I decided to give up. Hello, Von Sword. And you may recognize this shield from a fire pole, because it's 4 elements. It can show up in all sorts of different places. Let's get going. Let's go for 10 on this banner before we move on. Do some fire. Probably going to do a bunch of 6s eventually, because that's my favorite. And that's got a couple Limit Break Guardian Forces, so I don't think I'll have a better chance because of how big the realm is, but at least I'll have a chance. Hello, fancy clothes. I have got my fancy clothes here because I am Wedge and I want to use my arcane or my Limit Break Overstrike while some random Zach redoes his Burst Soul Break. Tornado Star. You must desire respite from my empty existence. Thou shalt have it. Tornado Star! Right, that's not how it goes. Moving on. Get rid of all those 3 stars. You didn't even give me a 4-star on this poll. Just show me the tiny little knife and the spear, which I'm sure I have 1 off already. I have 2 off already, so We've maxed out another sync from this lovely batch of pulls. Okay, twice more on this banner before we move on. What have you got for me, Dr. Mog? A single 5-star. You are so very exciting, Dr. Mog. I also was one of the people who did bead sprites, not the big stuff, but a few character-sized ones, and made one of Dr. Mog with a 5-star orb thing. Posted it with the title, Dr. Mog has granted you LMR out of 11. That's not what I got. I got BSB out of 11. It's for Cloud. Cloud Cycle is pretty good at some point, but we're well past that point in the game. Have been for about, 7 years now? How long ago did Ultras come out? Because, as I mentioned earlier, Cloud instantly became overpowered, even compared to normal Cloud Keeper when his Ultra came out. So here we're finishing off Wind with something unexciting. That's a Shinra thing, and who knows whose sword that is. Like, half the relics in this game are swords. Angeal Ultra, not so helpful. But I also get a Zac LMR, small boost to wind damage with synergy. We'll follow up with Soldier about how terrible that is. So I'm gonna try some fire. See if I can get something that will help with Shiva. Mostly I just need physical relics. Log makes everything easy. In the magical realm, I just haven't gotten around to Earth Giant and Shiva with that yet. The sync for Ida is okay. I mean, I've got an Awakening that would make her usable in, a year ago or two. Second fire ticket's a bust. Yep. Hi, Vincent. I found your glove again. I don't think I'm going to run out of space in my inventory. If I do, I'm going to wish they had an option to automatically rainbow the 5 stars, so I'm not using them for anything after I draw them. This is the fist. The fist of grasping triumphantly. Which is something someone does, I'm sure, because I had one already. It's something Jack does. Jack is over here all like, oh, I'm the final boss of the game, but I'm also a playable character, unlike some people like Caius. What a pretty dress. And what a pretty gun. Pretty sure I had that one already. It's Sid 14. That is indeed Sid 14, and yeah, something for Terra. I like Terra. Final Fantasy VI, still my favorite game. Still have most of her stuff. So, that was not going to help anyone. We've got 3 options. Of course, I'm going to feel very silly about all this if they do throw something up last week. Like, hey, everybody who hasn't given up on us yet, here's some really awesome stuff to pull on. We translated the other fest early. We gave you Zen Soul Breaks and some bosses that have infinite hit points to just try the stuff out on. Like Toya Glint, or a Papalimo Ultra, or a Bart's Relic I didn't have before, so if I didn't have another way to get him Empower Element, that would be great. So yes, I am slightly closer to completing my Barts. I only have like 3 Ultras and like 7 BDLs left for him. Here's some more 6 stars. Some definite repeats from earlier today. You were a new Oran Awakening, now you're an old Oran Awakening, and it's only been 40 minutes total. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'm up to 14,889 rainbow crystals. Oh look, it's an all-dupe one. That's always exciting. Of course, I have no idea how many dupe relics I have on this. I mean, from, like, it's been, what, 6 years since we got the BSB guarantee on tickets, so yeah, I picked up a lot of bursts over the course of the last 7.5 years. Also picked up a lot of guns over the course of the last 7.5 minutes. Something new here? Well, I mean, something for Vincent. Yeah, my Vincent is way too good to care about that, but, you know, a chain holder with a limit break overstrike is not a bad thing to have around. Let's keep going with this. Give me more fire relics. Give me something exciting. Dude, it's Katana. Well, I'm halfway to Core getting to use that twice. And that does nothing whatsoever. I've used Fire Raiment or similar things. Very niche cases. If I'm already using the character for something else and they're up against a boss that does something nasty to people without infusions, then the infusions are great to throw on at random points in the battle. Well, not random points. Exactly when the AI tells you to. Always follow the AI. For those of you who are playing in Japan, and look up your AI. This is not a new Bart's Relic, but, yeah, everything is a Bart's Relic. So this is the 10th ticket into Fire, so we'll probably, put a pause on that element after this. And then maybe go into 6, which is Fire. Mostly. Maybe that'll give me the thing I need to finish off Shiva. Current theory is that dinosaurs had feathers. Lots of them. Rain also has feathers, because it's Chocobo armor. Like, Brave Exvius team was almost complete already. I had all the Sinks, all the Awakenings, and 3 other relics from the 2 half-price draws when that first came out, and have picked up the rest of the stuff since then. So here we go into the other Fire banner, 6. There's a Nikhil upgrade. That looks like something Gogo will wear. That looks like something Setzer will throw. I think that's not new. Nope, not new. And not Fire. So, yep, that's Go-Go. That's Earth. Earth and Dark when I was expecting Fire. So this time I'm expecting more Earth and Dark. Because that is totally a thing that will work. Me changing my mind about what to expect. But what I always expect is 1 out of 11. Yep, that's a Terra Relic that I had already. It's even harder to tell whose swords are from in this realm. Of course, you could equip anyone with anything. I played it on the SNES. I did manage to pull off the sketch glitch once and got 247 Dirks. So, not the most exciting thing ever. Speaking of not the most exciting thing ever, Well, I mean, I could I can afford the Scrolls of Honing to make that usable with only 2 bars if I really want to. It's not like I have anything else to do with them. Maybe before I do my Cult of 3 poll, I'll go check out my the record lab, see how many lenses I have. I think I still got over 100,000 level 2s and 30,000 level 4s, and just all of the pluses because they're free. Kefka looks like you could use that 5 years ago. Yep, we've seen that Terra Relic earlier, and we've seen that sword. Maybe not today, but I have indeed seen that sword. More cool stuff for Celeste that I can't use. And indeed, a Kefka burst. I've come into this expecting nothing, and I've still been disappointed. That is the story of Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I think for a lot of us, it's not entirely true. I mean, I've been playing since the 3rd month, and I wouldn't be still playing if it wasn't a lot of fun. Hello, Bloodsword. Yet another Terra Relic I already have. Yep, remember when Overstrikes were good? It's not long. Actually, there were a couple times when Overstrikes were good. They were very short, but yeah, when they first came out, breaking the damage cap was hard, and then there was a point of time where, because they were cheap ways to break the damage cap, they could get through rage levels sometimes. Pretty sure I already have this sword for Cyan. And by the sword for Cyan, I mean I'm pretty sure I already have this chain for Shadow. Shadow and Cyan are definitely the same thing. Coming up on 47 minutes. I still haven't found anything particularly exciting. And yeah, improving my Gao Awakening is not going to do it. I mean, there were a few Dual Awakenings back when I was pulling on Mithril banners. There's a couple characters that might have become usable, but too little too late. Here's my 3rd 5 out of 11. The first 2 were 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. This one's going to be 5, 5, 5, 6, 7. I definitely have that for Kefka. I don't have that for Setzer, but it's a 5-star. It's Purple Ball on Stick. This wand is staring at me. And yeah, Rising Tone is a really great sync. And doing slightly more entry damage with it is really not worth the ticket. Alright, 2 more on this one. And we'll move on to the lightning round since I haven't beaten Physical Kraken yet, so yeah, lightning round actually makes sense. But first, these 3. Why does nobody in Final Fantasy have matching shoes? By Final Fantasy, I mean all of anime. Hey, look, it's Dance's One. I bought that. I spent 14 scrolls on it, so I don't get the upgrade from it. That's probably okay. But an Ultra for Kefka and Legend Materia for Go-Go is definitely, they're definitely relics. Alright, last 2 from 6. Before we move on, I do have a 7-star coming. So that's a Go-Go close I've seen before. That's a knife. I think I've seen that one before. Yep. So, 2 dupes to finish this out. What would be an interesting thing to pull on next? Let's go for 4. I like 4. Probably only getting 4 on this one. I like how it'll still offer to sell me relics for gems, even though I have no gems and have no way to buy gems. But 15 minutes in, kind of neat looking sword. No good. Yep. So that's something for Rosa. And something for Yang. Oh, that's the diamond sword. Yep, Yang gets an ultra. That doesn't help anything. Three more for this. Level 6 stars. Whip it. Peacel's weird sword that I've gotten 5, or Peacel's weird sword I've gotten 5 of now. That's super helpful. I'm not sure what the deal with that and the other Cecil's awakening weapons are supposed to look like, but nothing here is worthy of note. Another 1 of 11 coming. That looks like it belongs to Rubicante. That is Ruby's chain. This is the first Rubicante relic that I've ever gotten. The only other 2 people I have nothing for are Ricard and Roxas. Might buy something for Ricard just because. Cannot do that for Roxas. He is stuck soul breakless forever and ever. So this random 5-star shield. It's got a dragon on the front. That's pretty cool looking. It's something for Kane. It's a glint. I would never use that. I didn't even read what it did because not a whole lot of times when it's like, oh, a 5-star glint is going to be helpful to anyone. So finishing out our trip into 4 is a 7-star. Is that for Yang or Ursula? It's for Ursula. She gets a sync. I like the After Years characters, except they're all duplicates. Just a complete ripoff that Luca never made it in. They got duplicate they got duplicate Cecil and Theodore. They got duplicate Yang and Ursula. No duplicate Sid in the like 1/4 in Final Fantasy. That's not a joke. So, 6-star lightning relics, including Garnet's outfit, and a helmet with horns. Immediately following up Garnet's leotard. So that says something about Steiner, I think. He gets an awakening. That's what it says about Steiner. Also, I don't remember the part where he dressed like a samurai any time in Final Fantasy IX. Let's see what our 1 of 11 is. Something for Edge. Yeah, not the Edge Ultra I was really hoping for. Of course, the Edge Ultras that are good are, you know, USB 0 and USB 2, I think, which is USB 0 but a little entry damage. So we've got another 3 of 10 here. All 6 stars. That is a very uninteresting looking outfit. Merry Christmas. And a happy duplicated staff. Yet another thing I've got more copies of than I could successfully merge. But Merry Christmas was Amaranth, because Amaranth is so lightningy. And a G+ for Prompto. We're still going here. Why are we still going here? Because I still have tickets for these lovely 1 out of 11, 5 stars. Are you LMR out of 11? You are indeed duplicated LMR out of 11. I knew it would come eventually, so I'm gonna give up on lightning after this one. Move on to Holy and Dark, because I have both Kraken and Anima left. I'm gonna place a bet that this relic is not gonna help me defeat Kraken. I meant Anima and Alexander, the ones that are actually weak against Holy and Dark. Yeah, Garnet Burst. I was in DFFOO long enough to know that Garnet Burst was a meta relic there. That one felt even more grindy than Record Keeper, and the challenging boss fights were even more just pounding them with damage over and over and over and over and over again. Weird fork nunchucks here. I don't know about anybody else. My favorite content was Nightmares, because you had to do something other than pour as much damage onto the enemy as possible in as short a time as possible. I get that's not the sort of thing that sells relics, so that's why they didn't do it again, but I got an Awakening for the Tama, and I got an Overstrike for Rem, which I thought about buying because of the possibility that Overstrikes would be useful one day. Other than that, not a very exciting pull. But yeah, the Tama, the world of Final Fantasy was pretty fun, but had a lot of really annoying parts, most of which were Tama. So let's see whose bow we've got here to add to my completely holy stuff. An Arc G+ that I already had. So as I said, I'm really looking forward to the new Theach Rhythm. I pre-ordered the mid-sized one because I want the extra tracks and the other DLC I can get separately if I decide I want to, but it's mostly for games I haven't played. Yep, that's an exciting duplicate. It's probably an indication I should play more of Square's games that don't say Final Fantasy on it, especially since I have not been a particularly big fan of anything that came out post PS2, or really post PS1. The last main series Final Fantasy game I really enjoyed was 9. It had a fantastic story. Now that we're almost an hour in, I can tell you that I thought all the 13s were awful. I did not like going on a straight line for the entire time. 13, I didn't like the fact that for all that they claimed that they were fighting fate, they mostly did exactly what Bartandalus told them to. Wall gets a glint. Why does Wall get a glint? Because Bartandalus said so. Maybe the record on them should have had a fight that included both Bartandalus and someone from Final Fantasy Tactics. You don't actually have to do any damage to them, you just have to survive 5 minutes of dialogue between them. You couldn't choose not to bring who to bring, so there's no way to say, well, I'm not bringing Ramza, so it's not going to do anything. Oh, Dark Chocobo! World of Final Fantasy represent. It only took an hour, but I'm excited by this. I'm not gonna use it, but yeah, and 2 ropes, dupes, and a crow sink. I'm gonna actually look at this one. So she's just gonna do a whole bunch of earth damage. I'm gonna pair her up with Maria sometime. Anna can create planets, Maria can break them. That's a whole lot of fun. Dark Chocobo. Dark Chocobo is going to the Dark Relic Draw now. If you're still here after an hour, thank you so much. I don't know why you're still here. Probably because you wanted to see this very exciting collection of 3 stars and a 5-star in my Dark polls. It's new at least. It's Seymour Burst. It's not good, but it's new. So there's that. That's going to be exciting if I do decide to play. I'm going to have to like rainbow so many of these to get my stuff out of the vault. Then I'm going to have like 20,000 rainbow crystals and don't need to use them on. So maybe this very grumpy looking shield. Which I did not have one of before, so Arnea finally get something to go with her, whatever it is I pulled an hour ago. Well, hello there, Dr. Mog. What have you got today? Oh, 4 out of 10. Does that one look like an eye patch rather than a chest plate to anyone? I guess it's not as bad as Edward's heart being a loot or various weird things that happened with I can't remember who else had been who was wearing their closest hat. Probably someone from 15. I think this one might be old dupes. Nope, the Dark Armlet is a new LMR for Cloud of Darkness, which is, you know, she's fine. I think she's one of the ones that has a cap break hero ability, so she gets a bunch of use. Yeah. Chain and cap break, it's a pretty good combination. I like doing that. I choose you, Starmie! What is Starmie? Starmie is a shadow Arcane Overstrike. You know, goes to this sink. In the pile of things I wouldn't use because Sephiroth exists. So, last one on Dark, I think. Oh, that's some Final Fantasy VII stuff. That's probably not, it's way too small of a sword. I feel like I recognize that stick, but, you know, I apparently didn't. There's so X-Death Awakening. I have another cap break for him, so he can probably still not get used. So, who else am I looking for stuff for? I still haven't done Physical Salamander, so we'll try a couple times on the Final Fantasy X banner, which is actually the water banner. Still looking for that Limit Break Guardian Force. I know there's not a lot of them, but yeah, I really wanted to get one of them before the game is over, just to play around with it. Pretty sure there's one in every elemental banner, so I guess there's still a chance. This is a chance for it. But my best shot was still do 3 pulls in the 11th banner for Arciela. Those two. This Sarah thing. This nice blue sword. Probably for Tidus. Oh look, it's for Tidus. It's his dyad. And the other 2 things are new too. Even if they're not terribly helpful. I mean, Sarah, I have a bunch of stuff for Sarah. I could probably use her in both ice and water content now. But really, right now, I think the Tidus sword is most likely to do any good for me, since my physical water team is 10 plus Alara and Orin. There's definitely some fabric in that. Not much in the front of legs area. So, Lion, I hope you're wearing something underneath that. I'm getting low on tickets. 8 more Realm Elemental pulls, and then a Cult of 3 to finish this off. We'll get you out of here before we hit the 70-minute mark. Got some marbles. Got some pirate hat. Yo ho ho. It is International Talk Like a Pirate Day, so I have asked and all that. BK should have been in the game instead of the people from Mobius. So Dr. Maw gets a G+. Layla gets a G+, and Yuffie gets a G-. It's duplicated burst with the Super Ball. Maybe Yuffie should try the lottery. Maybe she'll hit the Super Ball, win a whole bunch of gil. Don't have to steal from your party anymore. A very exciting Orin sword. I'm pretty sure I have. No, it's a Titus sword. Either way, I already have. And that's a thrower. Don't remember Space Boomerang before. That's also Yuffie. That's her second BDL, so maybe she's usable now. Try one more in water. And then I think I'm going to do some single realm pulls to finish that block off. The games that I really enjoyed but were not either 4 or 6. Something to protect half of your chest. Which half? Oh, the left side. It's very good if you're left-handed, Trey. Let's go back to our Realm Relic draw to Final Fantasy 1. Once I was around for when Nintendo Power had 6 normal issues and only 4 strategy guides, but that year they published those, and so I knew everything about the game except for Chaos before I played, because I got it for my birthday in November, had the strategy guide for 2 months. I was very excited about it, and considering how bad a job the old games did at telling you where to go, it was very helpful to have that, but I kind of wish I could play it without knowing all that. I kind of wish I got something other than another copy of Maya Sync for that ticket. But, it is what it is. And got another Master Relic. So, moving on. Throw one at 9. I think I mentioned that I really like 9 for the story. I don't want to say that they focused on technical achievements after that at Squeenix after 9, because they kind of always did, but just never felt like they put as much effort into the story as they did after this lovely Purple Vest. So, Kuja's lovely Purple Vest gives him a G+. Tactics love. Tactics and 6 are the ones I wish got full remasters. Definitely enjoying FF6 Pixel Remaster. But that seems kind of like an afterthought for those. In the meantime, we got a 5 and a 7 for Tactics. Oh, Sword in the Realm Full of Knights. And Sword in the Realm Full of Knights. But whose sword is it? It's Gafgarian's. I've got 2 BVLs for him now. For other ones that I really like, I've got 2 tickets left. We're gonna choose 8 for the second to last ticket. Story for 8 was good. I really didn't like the combat system, but it's one of the divisive games. On the other hand, it was the first one I did 100% of since Final Fantasy 1 on the original console. That did not include this goofy mask. So, Irvine did not need the G+. And of course, last ticket goes to Record Keeper itself. I've been playing this every day since May of May of the first year, so obviously I've almost certainly put more hours into this game than any other Final Fantasy. Certainly more clock cycles of my brain spent working on this. Even if I just get upgrades for Dr. That wedge knife sounds good. Yeah, Awakening for Wedge. So, we're out of tickets. I have only 15 Mithril. My Cult of 3, as an apology for my first Reddit post ever, complaining about Cloud's USB, is going to be Cult of 3 for Cloud's Dual Awakening. Not Dual Awakening. Maybe Dual Awakening. I don't know. It's on this banner. It doesn't matter. I'm down to 1 Mithril now. It's been a long time. That is not a bad Cult of 3, though. Kind of funny, I went through 95 draws and got meh. I throw 15 Mithril at this Final Fantasy VII banner because it's the game I like the least in the series, or at least the main series. And I still get 2 new 6 stars out of 3. What a lovely... I mean, Rufus I have a BDL for, and that's the first time I've gotten anything for Aerith above the USB level, so that's actually a really big improvement to my 7 team. I might actually be able to take on, or at least, make an attempt at save for Sephiroth, but, yeah. So, Cult of 3 worked out well. 96 pulls, over 1,000 relics. Still haven't topped out on stamina, but I have, completely drained myself of Mithril for the first time since I think Super Soul Break Fest way back when, before when I was first realized that I should be, saving for special banners instead of just dropping 50 the instant I get them. And I did eventually get the Lock Super that I wanted from that, like 2.5 years later, because off in the way. But yeah, it's been an hour and a quarter, so thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for being a part of the Final Fantasy Record Keeper community. The game was fun. I enjoyed it, but the main reason that I could stick with it for over 7 years, like a lot of people, is the people I found on Reddit who were always helpful, funny, kind. I think I'm reciting Personal Penguin for you parents out there. But yeah, time to hang up Record Keeper and go back to playing the actual main series games and new Theach Rhythm with my soon-to-be 9-year-old. So looking forward to sharing that journey with him. I hope that all of you have had a great time in Record Keeper as we say goodbye to it, and that you find other journeys, whether it's in different gachas, different games, or just life, that have been as satisfying to you, or will be as satisfying to you as this was to me. So again, I am Sam LeBou on Reddit. This is my 96 draw finale spectacular. Thank you for watching, and good night to you. Good night, Tyro.